Hey, okay, are you ready for some food groups? We're going to talk about the different food groups and what they all mean and how delicious they are. So I am going to start with the group. Actually, you know what? Let me show you this. This is called My Plate, and there used to be a thing called the food pyramid. So like mom and dad and me, we all learned about the food pyramid, and there was like how much you should eat at the skinny part and like how much you should eat like at the big part at the bottom. And they've changed that. They're like, you know what, that's crazy. Instead, they're gonna make a plate. Because that kind of visually is how we can see how much we're eating and what we're eating of each thing. So if you can see this, there are different colors, and that kind of represents the different food groups. So there's fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. So I am going to go through each of those. So let's start with dairy. Now this is circle out here because sometimes a lot of people drink milk and that's how they get their dairy. So let's find that and find out what else is in the dairy group. Here you go. So the dairy group says dairy foods are made from milk. So you can choose foods in the dairy group that are low in fat, because there's some things that are like not so great for you, and then some things that are. So milk is in the dairy group, of course. I don't know if you drink real milk or whole milk, skim milk. We drink almond milk or coconut milk at our house. Cheese is in the dairy group. And just so you know, once you go coconut or almond, it's not really dairy anymore because it doesn't come from a cow. Yogurt is in the dairy group. Like the Go-Gurt sticks that we eat all the time. Ooh, pudding. I love pudding. After church, when I was little, we used to go to this place where like a bunch of old people ate, and it was like a big buffet, and they had all this chocolate pudding at the end of the bar where you would get your, like the buffet bar, and I would be like, Mom, please, can I please get the pudding? It was my favorite part. That's a good memory. Ooh, cottage cheese. That's in the dairy group. I like cottage cheese. So this is saying that you need 2 to 3 servings of dairy every day. And dairy helps your bones get super strong and your teeth, because your teeth are kind of bones. So you need your bones, that's your skeleton inside, that's going to help you grow big and strong and tall, right? So it's called calcium. That's what we get. I got something weird on my phone. Calcium, and it helps our bones and our teeth. So then let's look at another thing. So let's see, let's do fruits and vegetables. I think we've got that one down. We're like, totally know that. Vegetables. We're just gonna thumb through this. They are plants. They come from the ground, maybe from a tree. Look at this book. Someone ripped that book in half. This kid's eating corn. Corn is a vegetable. Broccoli. I love broccoli. Celery. A lot of kids like to put peanut butter on celery. I like to dip it in ranch. Also dip my carrots. Now be thinking, these are all different colors, aren't they? Potatoes. Peas. Those are some vegetables. You need vegetables to help you grow as well. Helps you get all the nutrients that you need, like vitamins and minerals. So fruit. Fruit is now a separate group. They used to kind of be lumped together. I think that you guys are really good about knowing your fruits. This is an orange. Can you rattle off some while I turn the pages? Yep, you're right. Apple. How about bananas? So we had orange, a red apple, yellow bananas. Look at these green grapes. fruits and vegetables. Ooh, strawberries. My kid's going strawberry picking. Oranges again. Oh, he's drinking some orange juice. So if you look at the front of the page, you see all those different beautiful fruits. So fruits and vegetables were on our thing. Proteins. What in the world is a protein? Well, kiddos, it's usually called the meat group. So you can see that, some kind of a funky picture of some meat. But what meat do you eat? Do you eat hamburgers? How about chicken nuggets? Maybe pork chops? So it's not just meat. It can also be eggs, and it could be beans and nuts. And protein helps our muscles. So to have those big muscles, or to run really fast, or do gymnastics really well, you need some muscles. So beef would be like a burger. That's in the protein group. Chicken is a protein. Fish, this looks like it's at a fish market where the fish is staying nice and icy and cold. You eat fish sticks or shrimp maybe, or salmon. So eggs. Now why would eggs be in the meat group? Where do eggs come from? Who hatches an egg? A chicken. And a chicken is in the meat group, right? Then nuts. Peanuts and nuts are in, see that mixed into peanut butter. You gotta be careful. Some of our friends are allergic to peanut butter, right? So you need meats and proteins to help you stay strong too. And there are some people that don't eat meat and they have to find their protein in the vegetables and maybe lots of those beans and nuts that they were talking about, right? So we talked about our dairy, which would be milk and yogurt and cheeses. We talked about our fruits like apples, bananas, and strawberries. We talked about vegetables like corn and peas and broccoli. And protein, which would be meats like chicken and a steak or peanut butter. And then grains. Grains is a weird word, isn't it? Grains. Grains are things like rice and pasta and bread and pretzels. These are things that are kind of in a field, like a wheat field, and they gather it out in the farmer's land. So here's another picture. Looks like there's pasta, crackers, bagels, big pieces of bread. They're grown from seeds. So of course bread is in the grain group. You make sandwiches, you might have rolls. So cereal, this girl's eating some breakfast cereal. Cereal is a grain. Popcorn is a grain. I love popcorn. You guys, I ordered popcorn. It should be arriving any day now. I had to buy $15 worth of kernels. This better be some good popcorn. All right, rice is in the grain group. I like rice. We had that last night. Crackers. And, spaghetti. So pasta. Pasta is in the grain group. And they say you need grains too. That's carbohydrates. That kind of gives you some energy, right? So here's the thing that's interesting about the 5 food groups. If you only eat from one of the 5 food groups, do you think you're going to get all the nutrients and all the energy and all the stuff that you need to make your body work great? I don't know. What if the only thing I ate morning, noon, and night was chicken wings? And I do like some chicken wings. I do. But what if that's all I ate? I mean, what if I never ate a vegetable, never ate a fruit, never had any dairy, never had any grains, like rice or whatever? I don't know if my body would be able to work the way it's supposed to work, because you get nutrients and vitamins and energy of different kinds from all the different kinds of food groups. So it's important that we mix it up and we try to have something from each food group every time we eat. And sometimes it's easier than others. Sometimes it's hard in the morning to eat a bunch of food and a bunch of different kinds of food. But now that we know, we could be like, oh wait, I had some cereal. And I'm not talking junk cereal. You know what I'm talking about. Not the sugary junk stuff, but if you have some decent cornflakes or something, Cheerios, and that would be a grain. And then what do you pour into your cereal? Milk, which would be a dairy. So now you have two things. Well, what if you cut up some strawberries and ate those on the side? Well, now we just had some fruit. So now, do you see how we had multiple things? Now we had three things, three different food groups instead of just one. Sometimes if you had sausage, that's a protein, that's a meat, right? Sometimes you have sausage in the morning. So every time you go to eat, you want to see if you can have something from all 5 food groups. And again, you can't always do it. It's kind of tricky. And then you want to have as many colors as you can throughout the day. Remember we talked about we'd have the brown cereal and some white milk, but we want some color from that rainbow, right? And I got it if I had the strawberries, the red strawberries. That would give me my first color of the day, right? So it's important to eat variety of food from different food groups, and we get special things from each food group. And sometimes we have friends that are allergic to different foods and different food groups, and so then they just have to make adjustments, and they have to be careful, and they'll eat other foods that can help them grow and be strong, right? So this is going to be a unit of trying new things, and I know some of us don't like to try new things, but I tell you what, it might end up being your most favorite thing ever. What if you never tried a chocolate chip cookie? You wouldn't even know that they are from heaven, right? You wouldn't even know. So always give something a little bit of a try. Make sure we always ask mom and dad if it's okay. And when it's time to eat, we can't be eating all day. This is what I'm hearing messages. The kids are trying to eat in the refrigerator all day. I mean, me too, I get it. But this is going to be a unique little unit while we're all stuck at home, right? So I am going to read this little book called Foods I Like. So this was in your packet, and it has 2 sight words. Sight words are words that when you see them, you just know them. You don't have to sound them out. You just look at them and say, I know what that says. Like eye. You know what eye is because it looks just like an eye. And this word is like. Starts with an L. Like. There's a K in it. And each page says, I like some kind of food. I like bacon and eggs. When you go to color this, I'd love for you to color it the correct color so that we're trying to see how many colors you'll be eating through the day. I like cereal and toast. This might be kind of a brown and beige colored page. I like apples and bananas. So you have some options with those apples, right? It could be red, yellow, or green. I like hamburgers and French fries. You don't even know how much I love French fries. French fries are life. I like spaghetti and meatballs. That might be a fun one to color. I like soup and crackers. Yes, I like pizza and ice cream. You could color that one whatever flavor your favorite might be. Ooh, and I like cookies and milk. I like how it ended on cookies and milk because there is actually another food group and it's called junk food. So who doesn't like some junk food, you know? There might be some pictures in here, but the junk food is candy. Look at this beautiful page of candy. I see sour gummy worms, peppermints. Oh, so good. How about, this is some junk food. Chips, right? Pretzels are a little better choice over the Potato chips, still kind of junk food. What about like donuts, cookies? What other junk food is out there? Ice cream. It's all amazing. It's all so, so good. But when we talked about having a balanced meal on our plate, what do you think would happen if I woke up in the morning and ate cookies for breakfast? Okay, that'd be awesome. Or donuts, right? Like we actually do have donuts for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had 4 cookies and a little bag of potato chips. And then for dinner, I had ice cream and chocolate candy bar. Okay, some might say that's the best day ever. And then some might say that's the worst bellyache they've ever had in their lives. So if I am only giving myself sugar and junk and I'm filling my tank, if you think of yourself as kind of like a gasoline tank, like you know how your car runs, you gotta have gas in your car to make it work, and you gotta have oil in there so that everything's turning and rolling the way it needs to. Well, if you don't put any oil in and you don't put any gas in, your car's not gonna run. It's gonna be like, and then it's gonna be a mess, right? You can't get to where you need to go. Well, our bodies, you can kind of think of it like that. We need all of the nutrients and all of those different healthy elements to fuel our body, to kind of put gas in our body. So of course it's not gasoline, but instead it's bananas and apples and maybe some meats and maybe some bread and all the different things that we are going to eat throughout the day. And then we're like, yeah, I'm strong, and now I'm super smart, and I can see really well, and I can run really fast. So if I only put the junk food in, all I'd end up with was a belly. I wouldn't be running anywhere. I just have a bellyache like, Mom, why do you let me eat that? Now I feel sick. I can't even watch my favorite show because I've got a headache. I can't even open my eyes. Right? So, junk food, so yummy, but just like a little bit a day. Okay? Can you have a cookie? Sure. Should you have 7? Are they Girl Scout cookies? Like, I mean, you have to weigh it out. But in general, have 1. If Mom and Dad say it's okay, don't have 7. And you don't need a snack, like a junk food snack after every single meal. Let's try to have healthy options. Like if you're still hungry, maybe you could have half of a banana. Or maybe you could cut up an apple and dip it in some peanut butter. So maybe we can find other ways to eat colored food, healthy food, something from the 5 food groups that's not necessarily junk. So I believe in you. I think that you can take this challenge. I think you can be amazing and you can eat amazing. And I hope that your next meal is so yummy and so colorful. And I'd love for you to tell me about it. So send me a post back on Facebook or send me an email. I miss you. I need to see you. This will be fun. We'll do it together. All right.